Hello and welcome to Imaginations from Futures. My name is Zhao and I work in the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China in the city Chengdu, China. I am also work as the co-chair of the UMAC FUTURES, which is an organization of young scholars from university museums around the world belonging to the UMAC-ICOM. Today, I'm so glad to start this new project named the Imaginations from Futures. It is Chengdu time, 5 p.m., and it is 11 a.m. Prague time, where our guest speaker is. Let's welcome Eva Gartnerová from the Faculty of Multimedia Communications, Tomas Bata University in Zlin, Czech Republic. Eva, please.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm very looking forward to the interview. And I'm so glad that you have started this kind of project, because I think it's super important to speak about university museums and university galleries all around the world. And for me, it's also a very good connection and very good feeling, because we have met 2 years ago in Kyoto in Japan, and now we are able to speak again together. So thank you very much for inviting me again.
Okay, thank you, Eva. And Eva works as the director of the communication agency, and she gets a Fulbright scholarship, which is very difficult to get, So it's very delighted to have you here with us today to share your work experience, your research, and your ideas about university museums from a perspective of young scholars. So, Eva, could you please give a brief introduction of you and your institutions?
Yes, sure. So as you have mentioned, I'm working as a director of a so-called communication agency, which is a subject we have at the Faculty of Multimedia Communication, where I teach students how to organize different kind of festivals, conferences, and culture events. Besides that, my research topic and my passion and love are university galleries and museums, which I have researched during past 3 years. And right now, I'm going to continue with my research, focus on audience engagement in university galleries and museums in the United States. So this is the field of the research, and this is where I would like to develop my thoughts and ideas.
Okay, I think it's, I have to congratulate you on the Fulbright scholarship, right? And I think it's quite difficult to get. We have just 10 every year in China to get the Fulbright scholarship. So I know that's too difficult for us. And okay, let's just get started. My first question is, what is the specific project or program you are working on right now, and why?
All right, I would say that there is like so many projects I'm working on right now, but for me, like the most current is the university galleries and university museums, and it's the network which I called UNIC, like the shortcut of university galleries. And I would like to connect and make a network of university galleries without collections in Europe. Therefore, I'm going to also research how they work in America, if there are galleries without collections, or if there are more museums with collections, and so on. So my dream is to start in the near future very active, intense collaboration in the field of university galleries without collections, mostly based in Central Europe. This is like for the beginning, and then we would love to expand. I already have a few partners, some cooperating with academic galleries from Poland, from Serbia, from Slovakia, from Lithuania, and so on. And I hope, like, once I'm back with new knowledge and new information, we can push it further.
Yeah, that's very great. And I checked your information, on the website, and I know you have great collaborations from country to country. Just now you mentioned from Poland to Slovenia, and it's very interesting that I found you now you are working as that's a part-time job or what in University of Vienna, right?
I'm not working there. I did finish my studies in University of Vienna 3 months ago. I was doing a course of culture management there. So I wanted to prolong my studies because I finished the PhD, and then I said, okay, like what to study more. So I went to University of Vienna to study culture management, like more deeply.
Okay, get it. And I think the audience engagement is quite a hot topic in university museums, or also in museums in China. At the beginning, we just focus on the connections, and in the past 10 years, our attention transferred from the connection to the audience. And for us university museums, we focus more on audiences, because our audiences, most of them are students. So we have to take them into the museum. So we have some projects in that field as well, and we can discuss more later. Yes. Okay, let's move to the second question. The second question is, if you are creating an exhibition, I think maybe you are creating an exhibition, and what object do you want to collect or display most related to the past 2 years experience?
Very interesting questions. Actually, I'm not the curator, I'm more culture manager. So for me, like if I should collect objects, I would first ask my audiences, because of audience engagement, what they would like to see, and I would spend some time on the research, like what people want, what is the current issues, what are the current problems they need to solve, and through the objects maybe we can help the society to connect better, to discuss, and so on. For me, when organizing different kind of exhibitions, my part is to develop the accompanying program, to do the workshops, to organize the discussions and so on. So I'm not focusing on the objects, but mostly on the interpretation and different kind of interaction with the audiences. So if this would serve as an answer, then yeah, for me would be like this.
Okay, and if you have to choose one specifically, personally, and what kind of object do you want to choose most? I have to ask this.
All right, so do you want me to say like specific artists, or is it like in general?
Both are okay.
Okay, so for me, it would be some like social art project with the participation. For example, we have hosted in our university gallery artists which were called the family Milde. They're from the United States, and their project was pretty good, because their art project was about different kind of questionnaires which people who came to the gallery has to fill. And one question was also that they should draw their most favorite object which they have back in their homes. So people were drawing the images, and from these kind of images, the artists, they made different kind of cover and textiles, like an illustrations. And I really love the way when artists think about how to connect with the audience, so the audience can actually participate on the artwork. So I think it, like, if the object would be like this, it would be the questionnaires from Milde family to create more participation of art.
Wow, that's a very special answer, and I think it's yes, sometimes we can execute that one. I think it's possible to do so. Okay, let's move to the third question. When the COVID-19 is completely gone, what do you want to do most? related to university museums?
I would like to travel and discover them all. I would like to go to, yeah, for me, it's important because I think that right now I'm pretty much aware about the situation in Europe, like how university museums work and so on. But still, from Kyoto, I remember that there are a lot of activities in China which are connected to intense working of the networks of the university museums. So for me, by now, it's now traveling to the United States to get information, because I think it's also like pretty different, you know, from the Europe and from the Asia. And once I'm back, I would love to, or my dream is to go to Asia to find out how is the perception of university galleries and museums. And yeah, so traveling, exploring, discovering more of the intercultural differences, maybe.
Yes, I agree. I am totally agree, because I would like to travel around the world after the COVID-19. In 2018, I visited Europe, many university museums, and I learned a lot, and many knowledges and experience from that visit I got. I still use them today. So it impressed me, and I totally agree with you. Okay, our last question is, because we want to do the project like we are, the young scholars around the world are like a family and this community. So the last question is, what is your question to the next speaker? I think it's interesting, and it's the most difficult one, and it's the easiest one.
Okay, so my question would be, what is or what was the best experience according to audience engagement in university museum or gallery which you have experienced? Like, what is the best practice you would say that this tool or this method of audience engagement work the best in particular university gallery or museum?
Wow, that's a significant question, and I think many scholars have devoted themselves into this research, you know. And I will move this question to the next speaker. For now, maybe the next speaker is a colleague from Argentina.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I think it's very interesting to connect you to with the next speaker, the colleagues in Argentina. That's the reason why we use this kind of question. Okay, and I will tell you the answer after we interviewed the next guest speaker.
Yeah.
Yes, and maybe you can see the video on YouTube or on the website of UMAC. Okay, okay, and so we it's a very short time, and we have to end this online talk, because today it's a trend that the short video, the short online talk will become more and more popular. So it was really a fantastic conversation with you, Eva. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Yes.
Thank you for the invitation.
And thanks to our audience in the future, because now they cannot watch this video, but in the future, many of them can watch this video. And I really hope them enjoy it and join us again in next online talk of imaginations from futures. And at last, I would like to say, UMAC Futures, we are coming. That's all from me today, and see you next time. Bye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.